Doesn't work.
It's not on. Yeah, it's on now. Okay.
Hare Krishna. So we're continuing with our study of Srimad Bhagavatam. I wanted to show you this important verse, which is on the screen. This is from 10th Canto Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter number 33, text number 29. Sukadeva Goswami said, "The status of powerful controllers is not harmed by any apparently audacious transgression of morality we may see in them, for they are just like fire, which devours everything fed into it and remains unpolluted." Right? This is in relation to Indra, because we're hearing about Indra doing things like he killed Vishwarup and doing different things. So here, purport: great potent personalities are not ruined by an apparent transgression of moral principles. Sridhar Swami mentions the examples Brahma, Indra, Soma, Vishwamitra, and others. A fire devours all that is fed into it, but the fire does not change its nature. Similarly, a great personality does not fall from his position by an irregularity in behavior. In the following verse, however, Sukadeva Goswami makes it clear that if we try to imitate the great personalities ruling the universe, the result will be catastrophic. one who is, this is the next verse, one who is not a great controller should never imitate the behavior of ruling personalities, even mentally. If out of foolishness an ordinary person does imitate such behavior, he will simply destroy himself, just as a person who is not Rudra would destroy himself if he tried to drink an ocean of poison. Lord Shiva or Rudra once drank an ocean of poison, and the result was that an attractive blue mark appeared on his neck. But if we were to drink even a drop of such poison, we would die immediately. Just as we should not imitate this pastime of Shiva's, we should not imitate Lord Krishna's activities with the gopis. We should clearly understand that while Lord Krishna certainly descends to demonstrate religious principles, he also descends to demonstrate that he is God and we are not. That also must be demonstrated. The Lord enjoys with his internal potency and thus attracts us to the spiritual platform. We should not try to imitate Krishna, or we will suffer severely. Alright? So I wanted to show that to you because I've been talking about those different...
Maharaj, in this word, it says apparent discretion. Why the word apparent is used? Because it's clear, very clear that what doing is wrong.
By any apparently audacious transgression.
Yes. Sometimes what they do is clearly wrong.
Well, we see Indra suffered. He got reactions for it. And we see also Lord Brahma, his offense when he was lusty after his daughter, it was a mental offense. There was nothing physical. There was nothing gross. It was a subtle offense. But still he gave up his body.
I was asking why the word apparently is used. The word apparently audacious transgression.
Well, I didn't write the translation. I'm not the editor. You know, why are you asking?
Okay.
It's not there in the word meaning.
Okay.
Just due to audacity.
Okay.
There's no apparent there in the word for word.
Okay, Maharaj.
Alright, so we'll go back. We'll go on with our study of the sixth canto. How far did we get? The Raina Kavacha we finished, right?
10, now we'll start at 10.
Now we're up to chapter 10, are we?
8, 7, 8, 9 we have finished.
Okay, chapter 9 we finished.
Yeah.
What happened at the end of 9? Oh yes, right? We heard no difference. A devotee is never envious of anyone. Although Vritasura can destroy the three worlds, the demigods were told, do not fear that he will harm you. He is also a devotee and will never be envious of you. And the Lord was speaking, telling about Dadichi, and when Vritasura, when the demon is killed, you will get your strength back, there will be good fortune. And he's telling them that Vritasura will not harm you. And he's not envious of anyone. Vritrasura is also a devotee. He would try to benefit the demigods. So Prabhupada quotes it for a devotee, Sadhu ma jiva mamara. It doesn't matter if he lives or if he dies. Jiva Goswami, in one purport to the Bhagavatam, he says, Rajaputra Charanjiva ma jiva rishiputraka jiva va maravasado vyadi ma jiva mamara. Vyadi ma jiva mamara. Vyadi is the butcher. Butcher, don't live, don't die. Because living in hell, when he dies, he'll go to hell. Rajaputra Charanjeev, may live forever. The king's son should live forever. Because such a nonsense. And he has so much money, he can do all bad things. So, better he doesn't die. And Rajaputra Charanjiva Ma Jiva Rishi Putraka. The son of the Rishi, may your death come soon. Because the son of the Rishi is living in the forest and he's, very austere, very simple. Just eat some wild vegetables, some wild herbs and leaves, whatever grows in the forest, and drink the water from the river, like that. So may his death come soon because he's doing so much tapasya. And for the devotee, doesn't matter if he lives or if he dies. Because if he lives, he's eating prasadam, he's chanting Hare Krishna, he's seeing the deities, and next life he'll go on with devotional service. But the butcher, don't live, don't die. He's living in hell, and when he dies, he will go to hell. So Prabhupada was quoting that one bit about, for the devotee, no difference between living and dying. Because the devotee, he's doing devotional service now, next life he'll go on and do devotional service some other place. Okay? So we'll go on to chapter number 10. Going to hear about Dadichi. So somebody asked me yesterday why did they not go to the Lord immediately when they lost the battle with the demons? Well, you have to understand that what happened was Lord Brahma came to them. Lord Brahma is like their advisor. He's an Adi Guru, he's the senior most in the demigods, so all the demigods will respect him. So he came, they went to him and he advised them, told them what they'd done wrong. But what happened when Vritrasura appeared, then they took shelter of the Supreme Lord. They meditated on the Lord in the heart. Right? They meditated on the Lord in the heart because they're in danger. Right at that point, the demon was right there, so that they couldn't just stop and go away. But they in their minds, they all meditated on the Lord in the heart. And then after they were meditating on the Lord in the heart, then after that, then the Lord appeared to them. The Lord didn't always come. He's not always there to appear to them, but he did come to them at that after they'd offered prayers. Then the Lord appeared to them. He came to, but he doesn't always come to them. So usually they won't see the Lord, but at that particular point he appeared to them. But usually they were communicating with the Lord as the super souls, the Lord in the heart. So, as the Lord in the heart, you're in danger. You can't immediately go, oh wait, I got to go and ask Lord Brahma what to do. They just pray to the Lord to save them, to protect them, to help them in that dangerous situation. So that was expected. And they were fortunate because the Lord appeared to them. And the Lord has told them that He's not going to kill the demon for them. They were hoping the Lord would kill the demon for them. But the Lord said, no, I'm not going to kill him. You kill him yourselves. Well, He doesn't actually tell them that, but He said, you get the Dichi. You have to go get the bones from the Dichi's body, and you can make a weapon, and you can use it yourself to defeat Vritrasura. Because he's got so much tapasya. So they've been instructed like that, and so the demigods go to the Dichi, and we're told the Dichi was very liberal. And when they begged him to give his body, he at once partially agreed. However, just to hear religious instructions from them, he smiled and jokingly spoke as follows. So, you can see he's a very liberal person, although they're coming and asking for something very, very special, and very, not everybody would be willing to give up their body, but the Dichi is so liberal that he can joke about it. He's not taking it very seriously. But anyway, he's saying to the demigods, what about the pain at the time of death? Unbearable pain takes away the consciousness. Don't you know about this pain? So, everyone is very attached to the material body, struggling to keep the body together, trying to protect it. Who would be prepared to give up his body, even if it were demanded by Lord Vishnu? So, this is the general understanding. Different things. The thing we value most is our own material body. We can give up our possessions. That's probably the least significant. Whatever material possessions we may have, we can give them up to keep our religious principles. Religious principles. Not everybody has religious principles, but good people, they will have some religious principles, like morality, their standards. They have some standard practicing, and so they can also give up their religious principles to save the body. So the thing we value most is the body, and save the body. If there's a fire in the building, you may have to leave your possessions in the building. And you may say, oh, it's a fire, oh, my hair is not tied up, oh, I'm not wearing my sari, or, but if there's a fire in the building, even though you're not properly dressed, you may come out of the building. So you may give up your religious principles to protect the body. The body is the thing which is most important to us. So that's natural for everyone. So the Dichi, he's saying like that to the demigods. He wants to see how they're going to respond. And so this is the demigod's response. They say, pious people like you are very kind and affectionate to people in general. What can such pious souls give for the benefit of others? They can give everything, including their blood. So they're flattering Dajichi. You're pious, you can give, you can also give up your body for the benefit of others. And then they give this, the demigods give this example. Those who are too self-interested beg something from others, not knowing of others' pain. Just like if you go begging, say you go to somebody who's not very rich, they don't have anything, maybe they're struggling to maintain their home and to feed their children, and if you go to them and beg, then it's not very nice, is it? You know, if they don't have the means to give you charity, and you go there and ask for charity, it's not very good. Have you ever had that experience on Sankirtan? I was on Sankirtan one time, I remember, must have been Taiwan. Anyway, what happened was some man came by, you know, and I got this man to give a donation and take a boat. But 10 minutes later, this lady came by on the motor scooter, and I said, "Are you the one who you just got money from my husband?" And she said, "My kids at home are starving. He gave you the only money we had. He gave it to you." Yeah. Oh, Krishna. Anyway, I gave her the money back. But you know, these things happen sometimes. You beg something from people, it's painful. They would like to give, but they're not able to give. So if the beggar knew the difficulty of the giver, he would not ask for anything. If we knew that they were so poor, we wouldn't ask them, you know, okay, we know that, you know, don't have anything to give. So he who is able, but then another case is, he who is able to give charity does not know the beggar's difficulty. Beggar's difficulty. Some people, they don't like to ask for charity, right? You get people who go out and Sankirtan, they hold the book and you look the other way. They don't even look at the people. And when they're so shy, they don't want to ask anybody for money. They can't ask anybody to give anything. They just feel so, they feel so uncomfortable. They have no experience, you know, to do it.
Too big.
Hmm?
Experience is too big. Begging. Inexperience in begging.
Yeah. We consider it begging, you know, that asking people for money, we don't like. We get several people, they don't like to do that. It's difficult. Not everybody can do it. And so, the person who's giving the charity, he doesn't understand the difficulty of the person who's asking for the charity. He said, otherwise he would not refuse to give the beggar anything he might want as charity. So, two situations. So on one hand, you've got the demigods, they're asking Dadichi, give up your body. You know, it's difficult thing, asking somebody to give up their body, give the bones from their body. You're asking them to die so you can get their bones. So that's difficult, the demigod. And at the same time, you've got Dadichi, he's got the body. Is it proper for him to give up the body? Did you ever go to Naimisharanya? Have you been to Naimisharanya?
Yes.
Huh?
Here in Navadvip.
Here in where?
Navadvip.
No. Naimisharanya. Naimisharanya is over in UP. It's not far away from Ayodhya. Naimisharanya, the hub of the universe. There's a Gaudiya Mat temple there. And Dadichi's ashram is there, in Naimisharanya. If you go there to Naimisharanya, you can see they've got a place, it's Dadichi ashram. So anyway, Dadichi is a great personality. Right? The demigods come begging charity from him. We go to the demigods. People go to the demigods asking charity. The demigods are coming to him and asking for charity. You have to be very exalted to be on that level. People come to you to ask for charity.
Maharaj, there is this controversy in ISKCON that we should not give our body parts as donation after death. We can donate that body parts now, but it is said that don't do that. How do we? I don't understand that. I'm not very clear.
I don't either. I don't know anything about this, Prabhu. People want to donate their bodily organs. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
They want to, when? After they die, they want to donate their...
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Well, it's up to them. I mean, I don't know. Jatadaka Maharaj got organs from somebody.
Yeah.
But if you're giving your organs for a devotee, it's okay. You give your organs for a devotee, somebody in Krishna consciousness, I think it's all right. But if you give them for somebody who's just a karmi, not very good, right? So we want to be careful who you give charity to.
Yeah.
You give charity for some sinful person, then you're helping them to do more sin.
In one lecture, Maharaj, Bhakti Swami Maharaj, on devotee asked him that, Maharaj, that can you donate blood? And he said that he stopped, he took a pause and he said, see, you are, after all, this is for body, that is for another body, and body is perishable. So it is better to avoid. In that way he replied. I heard one lecture. Bhadrachalu Swami Maharaj.
Yeah, better to avoid.
Better to avoid, like that.
Yeah, better to avoid, but special cases, like Shamsundar Prabhu, he also had to get some liver transplant or something. Shamsundar Prabhu, he was Prabhupada's servant, and he helped Prabhupada do a lot of things. That they arranged for one devotee to donate liver from him, and after they donated, then the other grew back again. Although they donated, they grew back again. And because he got his organ, the liver donated, he was able to write his book about his pastimes and travel with Prabhupada. which is very valuable, very important to be able to read about his experiences in traveling with Prabhupada. Now, if he hadn't have got these organs donated, he wouldn't have been able to complete that writing of the book. And so for special cases, it's okay. But usually we don't. Yeah, we don't usually like go to the blood bank and donate blood. But sometimes they do it. Some temples do.
When His Holiness Japaral Maharaj was in Chennai for transplanting the liver and all kidney, he got blood donation from 159 people.
Really?
Yeah.
159.
159 people, because so much of during this 6-month stay, because he was doing a lot of dialysis, things like that. So he had a lot of blood was taken from his body. So 159 people gave blood to him over a period of time, 6 months or 7 months. Yeah.
Were they all devotees who gave blood?
I think most of them are devotees, and also like they have in the hospital, that if you give blood, then real blood, then they also have blood bank and they exchange that. That is also there. If your blood group is not there in the hospital at the moment, then in exchange they give.
So all blood may not be all devotees' blood.
Yeah, time and circumstances. You have to consider everything. Time, place, and circumstances. Sometimes it may be yes, and you have to do it. Special people.
And the person who died, his organs he got, he was not a devotee.
Huh?
Japaral Maharaj, he got the organs.
Oh, that person was not a devotee. Yeah. So that person got some mercy.
Special mercy.
That he's giving his organs for a devotee. So that's good. Right? You can take the organs for a devotee.
He must be delivered.
So giving charity, one who is able to give charity should not deny a beggar. And a beggar should not ask charity from a person who is in difficulty. Right? You have to know who you can ask charity from.
And who is begging, how he will know that whether his condition is good. A man who is begging, he may not be knowing the person how his condition. How he cannot.
Well,
Simply he will
some things you can understand. Some things you can understand, If you see some, how they're dressed and, and how they're living, you can understand their condition is not very good. So you're going to go to them and ask them for charity. We can give the holy name. We can ask them to chant the holy name. But to ask charity. I heard that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, he wanted that when Gaudiya Math devotees, when they would go out for Sankirtan, he wanted that they would come back, that they would not just approach rich people. He didn't like that they would just approach rich people and come back with big money. He thought that he liked it to bring some people give some rice, some people give some vegetables, some people give a little bit of milk or like that. And he liked to see everything. He liked them because if they just bring money, he knows they're just going to the rich people. And he didn't like that. He wanted they should preach to everybody. But of course it's a little difficult with our Krishna consciousness movement. Like when Prabhupada came to India, he brought Westerners with him to begin the Krishna consciousness movement. And you can't have Westerners just go like that to people so easily. Indian people, well, not so bad, but Westerners, if you're going to the poorer people, then you know, they think, why are you coming to me, you know? You're a Westerner, you know, at least in Prabhupada's time, you know, because India in those days was quite, money was not flowing as it's flowing today in India. Today in India, money is flowing a lot, but you know, 50 years ago, 60 years ago, it was different. It was much more different. So Prabhupada made the life membership program because he didn't think it was very good. The Westerners going out on the street and asking money from people on the street, you know, not very suitable. And go to the richer people and engage them, get them to give. That was the start, the preaching. But now we're trying to engage everyone. You know, and we have magazines and books, and we try to engage everyone. So Prabhupada quotes Chanakya Pandit, everything within this material world will be destroyed, and therefore one should use everything for good purposes. You have to use it before it gets destroyed. And then Prabhupada makes an appeal, is that the Krishna consciousness movement needs many exalted, learned persons who will sacrifice their lives to revive God consciousness throughout the world. We therefore invite all men and women advanced in knowledge to join the Krishna conscious movement, sacrifice their life for the great cause, reviving the God consciousness of human society. So Prabhupada is appealing to people, join the Krishna conscious movement and sacrifice your life. Give your life for the service of Krishna. Prabhupada said, you've already wasted so many lives in the material world. Give this one life to Krishna. Do something useful with this life. However, he said, men and women advanced in knowledge. He didn't want fools and lazy rascals. He wanted many, we need many learned, exalted persons.
This knowledge and learned means what learning? Is it spiritual learning or materialistic learning?
Well, both. It can be material. If you have some good education, then it will be easier for you to also learn Krishna consciousness. If you're uneducated, it will be a bit more difficult, right? You can also become devotee, but it will take more time. It will be more of a struggle if you're not accustomed to learning. But people who are already learned, then it's much easier for them. And you can see some of the devotees who come, like those who have, graduated from IIT, like that, they can do very good. They come to the Krishna consciousness movement, and quickly they take up responsibilities, and they do very nice service. And you also get people who have very little education. They can also come gradually. So Prabhupada wanted to preach to the educated class of people. Educated class of people, because they have bigger positions in the material world. They can take on, they can do more for the Krishna consciousness movement. If they're uneducated, means their karma is not very good, right?
That Prabhupada has written on.
So karma is not, so you work, you've got some bad karma. Then so devotional service doesn't depend on karma. Doesn't matter what your karma is, you can become a devotee. But still, if you have some learning, if you have some qualifications, you can use that in service of Krishna. So then the Dichi heard from the demigods, he heard their reply, and he said, yeah, I just wanted to hear from you about religious principles, but now, although my body is dear to me, I must give it up for your better purposes, because I know it will leave me today or tomorrow. Right? Leave me today or tomorrow. And then text number 8. O demigods, one who has no compassion for humanity in its suffering, and does not sacrifice his impermanent body for the higher causes of religious principles or eternal glory, is certainly pitied even by the immovable beings. Prabhupada then quotes about people who sacrificed for the higher cause. He said, examples, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then the Goswamis of Vrindavan. They both sacrificed for the higher cause. They made great sacrifice. Prabhupada quotes this verse from 11th canto, Bande Mahapurusha Te Charanaravindam. This is a verse predicting the appearance of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and also Lord Rama is also described, could also be understood from this verse. And then he quotes also the Goswami Astikam, the fourth verse of Goswami Astikam. So, very important section here in this Srimad Bhagavatam. The Goswamis, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, similarly, everyone else with a materially comfortable condition should join the Krishna consciousness movement to elevate the fallen soul. And Prabhupada points out certain words like Buddha Daya, in giving mercy to everyone, Mayamrikam Dayita Exitam, meaning those who are in the illusion of the material world, they need to be delivered. Dina Ganesha Kau Karunaya, again the fallen souls need the mercy to be delivered. So one should join the Krishna consciousness movement, following the examples of such great personalities as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the 6 Goswamis, and before them, the great sage Dadichi. Instead of wasting one's life for temporary bodily comforts, one should always be prepared to give up one's life for better causes. After all, the body will be destroyed. Therefore, one should sacrifice it for the glory of distributing religious principles throughout the world. So, what we want to do, I thought, have you done these questions? These questions, you can see, number 1 is dealing with verses 6 and 8. Identify principles underlying a devotee using his bodily bodily
properly in Krishna service.
Body properly in Krishna service.
Using his body, identify principles underlining a devotee using his body properly in Krishna service, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And how are the above principles required for spreading Krishna consciousness? And then, what motivates a preacher? Can you take some time, sit together and discuss Mataji and men can make two groups? Or you can work in pairs if you like. But let's hear from you. What principles underlying what identify principles underlying a devotee's using his body properly in Krishna's service? Yeah, properly in Krishna's service. Okay. And then what principles? How are the above principles required for spreading Krishna consciousness? I want to hear how you're going to answer these questions.
Six and eight, no?
Yeah, just discuss together.
Okay.
What motivates the preacher?
I don't know.
You can sit with her.
No, okay. And the next one. Что требуется? Ну, я вот хожу, our speech, our mind, our body, our intelligence, and so on. Consciousness, so we should speak about Krishna. Spreading Krishna consciousness, our mind, we should go on, we should education,
Thank you. So I've written everything in the material world eventually will be destroyed. Everything. So therefore we've got to use our body for a good purpose
Yes.
while we have it. This shows advancement in our knowledge that we can sacrifice anything for the better cause. So like the teacher's example, he's giving up his body. So I've got examples of 6 Goswamis. So they, they use their body to go to holy places and excavate all the holy sites. Even though they were in torn clothes, they still went to excavate other people's bodies.
Instead of
All
life for temporary bodily comforts, one should always be prepared to give up one's life for full body.
क्वेश्चन है कि अंडरलाइन प्रिंसिपल क्या है, मतलब ये है कि क्यों ऐसा करें, क्यों ऐसा करें।
two questions, no?
क्वेश्चन ये है कि
Oh.
who is using his body, so
The question is,
क्यों कर रहा है ऐसा अंडरलाइन प्रिंसिपल क्या है।
What is after all the body?
so
ठीक है, एक पॉइंट है
Which is required for the preacher. The next question.
well, we should take austerity, basically, like you said, austerity to preach, to go out, because sometimes it's very cold, and it's raining, and you still are outside distributing books, doing something.
Even some dangerous situation. We should know how to conduct yourself.
Wonderful. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
You will answer.
You want me to answer?
Yeah, you
Okay,
will.
all right.
Another principle is feeling happiness in
Okay, the marriages are ready. Just give you 2 minutes more.
Because body is there is a reality in this place. So that's true.
Utility of preaching Krishna consciousness is important. You have to use your body.
Now you have to see why remembering, why they are using their body.
There is any purpose other than preaching Krishna consciousness. What is the principle? To develop God's consciousness. So, to develop God's consciousness, or assist in the teaching of the Buddha, it is to develop the consciousness of others. This is what it is. There is no.
And मैं वही क्वेश्चन देखी पूछा
To master photography or photography, many people are required to
scholars.
Okay? So, first question. How to use the body properly in Krishna's service? Yes?
So the body,
The first question, underlying principles.
Yes.
So, from discussion, we came across some points. So, first of all,
Yes?
write down, Maharaj.
Yes? So?
First is that a devotee is paradukhi. He is seeing that others are unhappy, devoid of Krishna consciousness. So it's natural that he wants to help others awaken their ordinary Krishna consciousness so that they can also be happy.
You can write that feeling happiness and distress of others as one's own.
concern for others then.
Okay, exactly.
Right? Come on. Yes?
And for the better cause,
What?
for the better cause, that means
Better cause.
Better cause. As body is perishable, so it can be used for better cause. Krishna consciousness.
I'm not quite sure what you mean, better cause.
Revival.
Huh?
reviving the God's consciousness
Oh.
in the humanity.
Using his body, because body is perishable,
Yeah.
so that body can be used to revive the consciousness of others. Krishna consciousness. So that is the better cause.
Better cause. Revive God consciousness. Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Principles? Yes?
Utility is the principal one. Utility is the principal.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we say.
So the utility of the body for the best purpose, which is not sense gratification, but for either revival of one's own Krishna consciousness or revival of or helping the movement further, which will help other people revive their Krishna consciousness, is the only purpose of human body. That's what we discussed.
So, what are you saying exactly? You have to become a member of the society.
You have to become an active member of the society.
Participate in the society programs or something.
To progress further.
So connect with an organization, connect with the society, is it?
Connect with ISKCON.
Connect with ISKCON, only ISKCON. We don't have a monopoly on these things.
That's okay, but we can try.
Monopoly. Connection. Okay, can you see that?
Yeah. And this is consciousness is having different grades. Consciousness is having different grades, gradation. But highest consciousness is Krishna consciousness.
Okay.
We are trying to make the better and better and better, and the highest is Krishna consciousness.
What's the principle which we have to apply? No.
Make them devotees of Krishna. Because highest, we are offering them highest consciousness, and from unified devotees to middle to top, slowly by encouraging them in Sankirtan movement or Bhajan or Kirtan or Sri Prasad, how to increase their consciousness better and better and day by day to reach highest consciousness. That is Krishna consciousness.
That is connection with devotees which is covered.
Creating what?
Creating
The
atmosphere,
atmosphere, creating the spiritual atmosphere.
spiritual atmosphere.
Huh?
Yes. For advancing in Krishna consciousness.
Okay. Manaji?
Krishna, so yeah, we had similar things, but the body is actually, the body can be destroyed at any point. So it's important that we use that body to sacrifice and make help others be God conscious and raise their consciousness, so they can break out the cycle of birth and death.
How are you going to sacrifice?
Use our speech, our mind, body, intelligence to try and explain the philosophy and preach to those who are less fortunate than ourselves, especially raise themselves to a God conscious standard. So we could use, like for example, the Bhakti Shastras to raise our own consciousness and then share that with others.
So, what? Spiritual education.
Yeah, for us, and then share that with others.
Pick one. Anyone.
I had some examples there. For example, Lord Chaitanya and the six Goswamis,
Yeah.
they left their comfortable homes and position to go out, and especially like the six Goswamis to excavate the holy sites.
Well, that's there in the book, yeah.
Yeah. And there's also Amarish Maharaj, who used all of his body in different ways to follow the 9 processes of devotional service.
Yeah.
So basically to use the perishable body.
So what principles can we apply?
The principles is that principles are that
You know, you're going to be like a Goswami and go and live under a different tree every night. You're going to, you know, be like the wear one of the copins and yeah.
the principle is that to use the body for higher service.
Yeah, what? How? You got to tell me.
Okay, so for example, we're out on Sankirtan. It's free, especially in England. It's freezing cold. It's raining, but you're taking that bodily austerity to preach to others and share that knowledge, to do Sankirtan so they can hear the holy name. Sometimes in certain countries it's very dangerous, but we still go out physically. This perishable body, we still put it in danger for the high cause.
Okay. Principles is what? Some us tolerating different conditions, different environments.
Inconveniences for the conveniences.
What is that?
Inconveniences for the conveniences.
Accepting inconveniences. Yeah?
Voluntary acceptance of inconvenience.
Yeah, I like that. Accepting inconvenience. Accepting inconvenience. Going, tolerating the weather, as she was saying, and putting up with the nasty governments, uncooperative people.
We've had fizzy drinks thrown on us as well. I said we've had fizzy drinks thrown on us as well. They'll get like a Sprite bottle, shake it, and then whenever our Sankirtan party's going, they'll just spray it all over us as we're going past.
They sprayed.
They spray the sticky juice on us as we're
A
going.
Sprite bottle, shake it up and spray on the devotees passing by doing Kirtan.
Really?
One time one guy was smoking a cigarette and he tried to put the cigarette on our hand.
Oh. Yeah, about inconveniences, many things. You have to be tolerant, right? Okay.
And also Maharaj, like doing our own sadhana so that our consciousness can be strong to help others. That's also like, following regular principles and going to Mangala Arati, reading Prabhupada books, getting the higher knowledge so we can transform others quickly.
So we have the spiritual education.
For self. Spiritual education for self. For self.
For ourselves, yeah.
Because better the consciousness is, better effect it will have on others.
Sadhana.
Sadhana.
Yeah.
To engage in some physical services, activities in order to arrange some public programs so that people will come and they will visit the temple. Like devotees can engage in cooking services, arranging some beautiful some pandals, or like where the physical efforts are needed. So bodily, what we can say, bodily efforts and
Yeah?
yeah.
Like outreach programs, organizing outreach programs, you could say, something like that.
Is it called bridge preaching, Maharaj? Is that same thing? Bridge preaching?
Yes. It's the same as yeah, bridge preaching, people, new people, like that, outreach, you go out, you don't sit in the temple, you go out, you could be, reach out.
Sometimes we get disowned by our family members because we're doing something that they don't want us to do.
Yeah, definitely. I get that. Uncooperative people. Okay. So what was the second part of the theory?
We have covered, I think. How are the principles required for spreading Krishna consciousness? I think we have covered.
How are these principles important? Huh? So, well, I don't know, it's a strange question. We already have these different things. And I don't know who made like these questions. But it's a little strange. What are the principles required for spreading Krishna consciousness? What are these principles?
Next question is, what motivates a preacher?
Yeah. What's the answer?
Answer is this one. First one is the answer.
Concern
First
for others.
principle. Concern for others. Paradukhe dukhi.
Please, the goal.
Unhappy to see the conditioned soul suffering. So this motivates preachers to preach.
Well, I think what motivates the preacher, Yeah. Compassion, right? That should be there.
And also
Compassion for the fallen soul.
To please the spiritual master as well.
Mm.
Because we may not have compassion, but we want to make our spiritual master happy. So,
Okay, yeah, well, spiritual master may ask you to go out and preach, yeah? Well, certainly. Prabhupada wanted all of us to go out and distribute his books. That was there. So preaching, what motivates a preacher, mainly compassion, concern for others, as you said, these things are important.
Maharaj is zoomed 317 times, that's why it's having problems in the word. Your word file is zoomed 317 times, it shows over there. That's why it's not fitting in the screen.
Oh, really?
Your word file, not this one, but the word file.
Oh, the word file.
Yeah.
What should it be?
Like 100%.
Green.
Maharaj, record.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's not what I want on the screen. Right? I don't want this on the screen. That's not what I'm trying to show. And we can just put it to the side, right?
This is green. This is one problem.
This is
This
minus.
is the problem.
Make it minus. Yeah.
You do
Bar,
like
scroll bar on the right side down.
noise maybe differently.
Right side down.
To screen.
Bottom part is right down. Down.
Full screen.
He doesn't want full screen.
Every time I get this, someone says, I'll do it there.
Sorry, this is end of my knowledge on computers. Yes, that's right. This one. But it's gone to the side. I don't know why. Single page should be there. Single page. Yeah, I'm trying to find that.
If you turn it off print layout, then because at the moment we're seeing how it's going to be printed.
Oh, come on.
Sorry, correction. You want me to blow it up again?
Yeah, well, I have to. Now it's completely useless.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, here it is. Where's the scroll?
Yeah, okay. Okay. So motivation of the preacher. One who has no compassion for humanity in its suffering and does not sacrifice his impermanent body for the higher causes, then he's certainly pitied even by the immovable being. And so, like that, compassion, care about others, and Prabhupada was the example, and Lord Six Goswami, Lord Chaitanya. So Prabhupada talks about everyone with a materially comfortable condition. Now you have to give up your materially comfortable condition. Now somebody may say, well, I'm not materially comfortable. I'm not comfortable in the material world.
Is Prabhupada asking us to give up the material comfort, or is he saying that if whoever is materially comfortable join the Krishna conscious movement?
Everyone with a materially comfortable condition should join the Krishna consciousness. What if you're not materially comfortable? What if you're in distress, Most people who come to the Krishna consciousness movement have some kind of distress, not always so comfortable. and we should give it up. Anyway, I don't know what Prabhupada's point is, but he said we should follow the example of the great personalities. Like Dadichi. What did we learn from Dadichi? We're asked, right? What are 3 points about Dadichi? What?
He followed the will of the Lord. He followed the will of the Lord. He heard the Lord wanted him to do that. So he wanted to please the Lord.
Yeah.
He's a liberal.
Okay, because the Lord had actually told the demigods to go there, right? And so it was the will of the Lord, personal, a direct instruction.
Dadiji placed himself as spirit soul in the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. He placed as a spirit soul. He knows I am a soul, so this body...
He was detached from the bodily condition. Yeah. Anything else?
And he had compassion.
Liberal.
Yeah, he has philosophy, he has knowledge, and he's not just speaking, but he's actually doing it. He's applying it. You know, he's talking that this body is temporary, it's going to be, so therefore I should give up my body. One day it's going to be finished anyway. So better I give it up now than wait.
And
until,
in that condition, he felt that even if I give this body now, this body is not, this soul is not going to again in another womb. That confidence he had. In the 12 number purport it is written.
Where? Number 12?
Yeah, text 12 purport.
Huh?
He does not feel his material body being separated from his soul is immediately.
At the time of leaving the body.
The soul does not enter the womb of material mother again.
Okay. Let's, you're going a bit further forward. We're really looking at the first 10, 12. Text 12 is speaking something more about him giving up the body.
He is doing achar and prachar.
Yes, yeah, we said that. And then text 9 said, unhappy to see the distress of others, but happy to see their happiness. Happy to see their happiness. Usually we're the other way around, you know, most people in the material world, we take pleasure to see other people suffer. And when they're happy, then, you know, we don't like it. We don't like to see other people happy. We like to see other people suffer. We think, oh, it's a good thing happened to him, or that happened to her. And
Good thing, he deserved it.
yeah, right. Yeah, we think like that. So that is not religious principle. These religious principles are appreciated as imperishable. And they're considered pious and benevolent. So Dadichi is speaking like that. Atmavat sarva bhuteshu. One should feel the happiness and distress of others as his own. And Prabhupada quotes a Buddha's philosophy. Ahimsa paramadharma. talks about killing animals. That this is basic principle of rule. We should feel sorry to see them kill so many animals, the slaughterhouses. We should feel very sorry about that. And we should feel even more concern, of course, for the humans, because they're also suffering. Put young people into slaughterhouses, universities, right? They're just slaughterhouses. Now people working in the corporate world, it's another slaughterhouse. Factories, they're also like slaughterhouses. So Vaishnava is paradukkha dukhi. He should feel unhappy. So Dadichi is like that. He has that mood. He understands the temporary nature of the body. Use it now, but you still have it. This verse is there from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 22. Etavas Janmasapuyam Dehina Mahi Dehishu. Right? Why did Krishna speak this verse? You know? You don't know this verse? This is Krishna when he was the Yagna Patnis.
Yeah.
He was in the forest and he was talking about the trees. And he said, these trees are so magnanimous souls. These trees, the trees in Vrindavan, they're giving flowers and shelter, they provide fruit, they provide fuel. They're so charitable. They just stand there and people can come and cut them down. They're so charitable. And so he said, it's a duty of one living being to do welfare activities for the benefit of others. With his wealth, his life, his intelligence and words. So this is the mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Using everything for the service of Krishna. And then Prabhupada said at the end of the purport, humanitarian work without Krishna is nothing. Krishna must be brought to the center of all our activities. Otherwise, no activity will have value. Humanitarian work. What's wrong with humanitarian work then, if there's no Krishna consciousness?
Only for the body, not for the soul.
Yeah. Does it do any good? Does it do any good?
It'll make them
Temporarily good.
temporarily comfortable, but it won't help them from taking birth again and again. So they need both the current comfort and plus something to help them for their next life as well.
So if we give prasadam to people, but we don't tell them we're Hare Krishna, is it any good?
It's good.
They don't know we're Hare Krishna, and you're giving food to them.
That's
They give
okay.
prasadam,
That's okay.
it will be good for them.
But they don't know it's prasadam.
That's
But they are eating.
Some good is there, but it was not Srila Prabhupada's formula.
What is that?
It was not Srila Prabhupada's formula, but although it's good for them
What was Prabhupada's formula?
to give prasadam and to tell them the glory of prasadam and to convey them Krishna's message.
You know, like here in Mayapur, Prabhupada has us distribute prasadam. Well, of course, in Prabhupada's time, place was Mayapur. There was a lot of poverty. People were hungry, poor people. Prabhupada said nobody should go hungry. And so he said, give prasadam. But when they had prasadam, it was in the Silo kitchen, it was free, it used to be free. Now they have to buy tickets to go there. But anyway, it used to be free. When Prabhupada's time, give them prasadam, nobody can take anything away with them. They have to eat there. Why? Prabhupada, they take it home, they'll mix it with fish.
Yeah.
They said, prasadam shouldn't be mixed with fish. And then he said also, you have to do kirtan when they're taking prasadam. So we had kirtan also going on.
It also to understand that it is Krishna who is giving them food.
Yeah. Prasadam, Krishna's. But if you just simply, if you don't want people to know you're Hare Krishna, and you have everybody wear carny clothes and grow their hair, and you give out food. Do they do that in England?
Yes, that also will
Yeah,
be
they don't
benefit.
allow otherwise. In certain places they won't allow like religion, so we'll give out prashad, but they won't necessarily know. But if somebody inquires individually, so we don't advertise it, but once we're giving it out, we're saying Hare Krishna individually, so that campers won't know that we're devotees, but the people who are eating or honouring the prashad, they'll hear something, like they'll hear Hare Krishna, or they'll get a book.
Do they take it away with them?
No, they have it there. We have, everybody sits. in a
Everybody
circle.
sits there and takes the food. Nobody takes it away with them.
No boxes allowed.
No boxes allowed.
They have to honour in the plate there.
Really?
Yeah.
They have to honor it in the plate then. Good.
Or even if they are in karmi cloth and not chanting Hare Krishna, still it will work because it is giving the Bhakti Lata beach, seed.
Well,
One of our class, Bhakti B.V.V. class, our teacher was telling that whoever is coming to Mayapur, that seed they are carrying. They are eating prasadam means
that's different thing. They're coming to Mayapur. That's a different thing. I'm not talking about coming to Mayapur.
no, they are taking prasadam. Context is that prasadam. They are taking prasadam.
But they don't know you're Hare Krishna. They don't know Mayapur or anything. They're just somewhere in, Bangalore,
Outside.
and you give them prasada, or they could be in the prison, right? They're in the prison and you send prasadam in there,
Somewhere in the 4th, 5th, or 6th canto, in this particular module, we read that prasadam works whether we know about it or not. Like medicine. Oh yeah, that's the analogy. Like medicine taken without the knowledge of what the medicine has. Doesn't matter, the medicine still cures. But as Prabhu was pointing out, that's not Prabhupada's methodology. The first preferred method is to give prasadam and tell them about the glories of prasadam and tell about Krishna. But if that's not possible, then at least give prasadam. It's okay. That's what
We'll see. It becomes welfare, a soup kitchen, You give somebody just simply giving some food, becomes social work. Where's the Krishna? Humanitarian work without Krishna is nothing. So, Krishna must be brought to the center. Now, if it's, of course you say it's prasadam, you bring it from the temple, it's offered. But, nobody knows it's coming from the temple. Mm-hmm. Nobody knows they're devotees. Are you going to make devotees that way? Are you going to I wonder, where is the spiritual potency? You say, well, it's prasadam. Yeah.
I mean, we do that in the office, like when we're working, like to stop, because you can't preach in the office, so you'll maybe like bake some cake and take it into the office so that everybody's getting prasad, but you won't necessarily say that it's sanctified food because there's a lot of people who won't eat it otherwise. So it's kind of like, it's like secret poison, like, or nectar in that way. But I guess when you're doing it out on the street, then we should make a point of saying that, you know, it's provided by Lord Krishna and that it's sanctified food.
Yeah, well, of course, on the street, people have some, in an office also, you get people, they don't want sanctified food. You tell them it's sanctified, I don't want it. I met this one lady, she said, I took some prasadam home for my husband. He said, I don't want prasadam, I don't want to get purified. You know, that's materialistic person's idea. I don't want to get purified. So
But without telling them that it is a prasadam, if you start distributing it for 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time, something repeatedly, then they may come to us about these things and they may ask us. Then we can tell them. Immediately they will not, nobody accepts this as a prasad, as you say.
Or in England we call it like karma-free food. It's karma-free food. So then somebody may inquire, okay, what does that mean? It's karma-free. And we'll tell them, oh, well, it's sanctified, so there's no reaction that comes with eating, and we'll talk to them about the importance of offering food and things.
Okay. All right, let's take a break.
They may be expanding it, so they are following it only.
CPA, is it a multiple choice or do you have to write?
Multiple choice.
And you have to do it on a device or is it on paper? Okay.
You have this model left in your screen?
It's with the other one is online. Depending on the coordinator.
Same. In the online one, you have pick one choice out of 4.
No, we did the BVV one.